I'm Sister Shelby Harry from the Order of Benevolent, Bliss in Portland. I have been a fully professed sister for almost a year. My novice project I will have completed a year ago in about 2 weeks. No, about a month. I really wanted to give back to the community. I had been really interested in the sisters for quite a long time. When I was in Denver at grad school, I had considered starting a house there, but realized I did not have anywhere near the time to do that. But then I ended up in Portland and became friends with some of the sisters just in coincidence and got pulled in. Also, right around the time of the last American election, there was a lot of doom and gloom feelings amongst my friends, and I really realized that we needed more sister light out in the world. And so I started kind of talking to the sisters more and volunteering for events, and then after Pride that year I decided to go and become an aspirant. To a degree it does. We're having a lot of dark things that we're going through, and especially in Portland we're dealing with a lot of like fascist protests in the street, and then we have our anti-fascist protesters. So that kind of doom and gloom feeling covers over Portland kind of hard because of that, I feel. So I think it's really important to have that safe, protective light of the sisters out in the community for people. One of the things that really makes me feel great about going out and doing the work is oftentimes we'll show up at events like Drag Queen Story Hour or like a queer author signing to be there to take care of any protesters that show up, and then people are like, I felt so much safer because the sisters were here. One of the things I love doing the most is we try to, as often as possible, get out and bring dinner to the kids at Smirk, which is our queer youth center. And it's a great chance for us to show up for that part of the community that generally does not get a lot of direct supports from the adults in the community, and let them know that there are people around that care about them and have their back and want to see them do well. So one of the things that is a really big deal to me is body positivity. And something that happens is we shame women a lot for body hair, and I like to combat that with my name and Shelby Harry.
Oh, I get it.
I am a little sexy, but definitely a very silly person, so I think that comes across. I generally don't consider myself to be very spiritual, but I've been told by other sisters that my spirituality comes across in my smile. There is. This is not it. I was trying something new today. It's a very kind of femme look, which is kind of fun to play around with the facial and body hair, and really is getting at that dynamic of you can be femme and be a hairy person as well. I think it's really important for people who are feminine and also hairy to feel like they belong in the world and they shouldn't be ashamed of their hair. I think the biggest piece of advice is just make sure you communicate with the other sisters in your house and get to know the sisters who have come before you in your house. You know, you're going to have to rely on them for help quite a bit, and you're going to be someone that they rely for help on in the future. So build those really strong connections, and it'll help you build those connections out in the community as well.